What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video. Today, as you can tell, we're talking about everybody's favorite Thicc Boi, Gibraltar. Now, Gibraltar is generally considered a laughingstock among the Apex community, kind of a garbage tier character, but over the seasons, he's gotten several buffs to pretty much every facet of his kit, and is now, a very top tier character. Can definitely win games, can definitely get lots of kills if you play this character right. So without further ado, we're going to talk about Gibraltar's abilities and why Season 3 is the best time to pick up and start using this legend if you've never tried them before. Starting with Gibraltar's passive that he picked up in Season 2 called Fortified. Reduces all incoming damage by 15%. For example, if I shot you with this G7 here, normally does 34 damage, it would only do 29 damage. Makes a big deal in making you feel like a tank. And it also makes you immune to the slowing effect of bullets, which is very helpful in escape situations. But Gibraltar's true passive is Gibraltar's Gun Shield. The Gun Shield is an ability that when you are aiming down sights, you pull up a shield in front of you that covers a part of your body and is worth 75 health points. You can toggle this on and off by pressing the down button on your D-pad, but there's almost no reason you would want to turn this off because it absorbs so much damage. It's 75 health, and it actually has the ability to absorb extra damage beyond the base damage that was taken when it was cracked. For example, a Kraber shot. If you shot a Gibraltar with a Kraber head on, it would only crack the gun shield, and the gun shield would absorb the rest of the damage. It would not actually hit Gibraltar's base health or shields at all. It would only damage the gun shield, and so this is part of what makes Gibraltar such a powerhouse at range. You would think he's Gibraltar, he's really large, really easy to hit, but with the gun shield on, and especially if you're crouched down, putting lots of your body mass behind that gun shield, you are a very difficult target to hit. And if they do hit you, they're hitting that gun shield health, and so that makes you very powerful at range, but also very formidable up close. Gibraltar is the only character where I'd recommend always aiming down sights, no matter what situation you're in, up close or far away, because of that gun shield and the health bonus that it gives you. Normally in Apex, you kind of hip fire when you're up close, because hip fire is very accurate, but with a legend like Gibraltar, you want to aim down sights pretty much no matter the situation to make sure you are utilizing that extra 75 health you get from your gun shield. Make sure you're popping shield cells to make sure this thing recharges faster as well. Now, moving on from that passive, we have Gibraltar's Tactical, which is the dome shield. You press L1 and it tosses out this giant dome, which is a semi-permeable barrier. People can go through it, but bullets and throwables cannot. So it creates this interesting dynamic of where you can weave in and out of this shield, kind of using it as this strange piece of cover that works unlike any other cover in the world, and really mess with players and kind of throw them off their game by putting this giant permeable, impervious barrier in their way that you can just kind of step through and then shoot right at them. This is also a great cover technique. For example, if you get yourself in a bad situation, you start getting shot at, you run away and you can drop the dome shield right behind you, and that gives you a nice set of walls that you can escape behind and then get to a safe position of cover to where you can put your health on. Speaking of putting your heals on, in Season 3, Gibraltar's Dome Shield got an amazing buff of fast heals while you're inside the shield. When you're in the shield, anything that you use will pop off 25% faster. And so that means you can get a whole lot more health on than the enemy is anticipating you to have. So if you get hit, you're hurt, the enemy is pushing you, you can drop this dome shield and pop off some health really fast and be ready and back in the fight before the enemy thinks you will be, and really throw them off their game and put them on the, their back foot. It's also really useful at range. in combination with the gun shield, we were talking about how before the gun shield is a really great way to fight people at range. Combine this with the dome shield and your fast heals, and now Gibraltar is starting to look like a beast both in the long distance and in the close game. He can hit you at range, put his dome shields on, have a nice piece of cover and fast heals, or in close range, he can use it to help cover himself in the middle of a fight after getting hurt, put those fast heals on, and now, looking at Gibraltar, he's not to look at, starting to not look so shabby, right? Pretty good skills, and now rounding it off, his defensive bombardment also got a buff this season. It does twice as much damage per explosion as it used to. 40 damage per explosion now gives you some supreme squad wiping capabilities. It does come with a little bit of drawbacks. They did balance it out by making it last 6 seconds as opposed to 8 seconds, and now it charges every 3 minutes as opposed to every 2 minutes. But this defensive bombardment is a fantastic way. They call it a defensive bombardment, but you can really use it in both ways. In that first clip I showed you, I used it offensively. I threw it at that squad who was checking out boxes and completely murked him. In this case, we were getting pushed by a squad, and so I throw it down, and I know my friends are not going to get hurt by it. They're not going to get damaged by the explosions. Only the enemy will. So I'm able to, just drop it down and destroy the enemy. And what this really is fantastic for is even if you don't actually hurt or kill anybody with it, is it sows confusion and just a hectic atmosphere. So like we push these enemies right here, I go inside the building so I don't get hurt by my own bombardment, and I drop the bombardment on top of the enemies that were on top of the building, and they have no idea what's going on. They're trying to get away, and he runs right into me as I'm waiting inside the building for him. So it's called the defensive bombardment, but oh man, there's so many offensive uses for this tactic, ability. And one of my favorite ways to use it is a last resort. If you know you're going to die, throw it on yourself. Because if you have like 2 enemies, 3 enemies on you, you know you're going to go down. You may as well take some of them with you, and now more than ever, a defensive bombardment dropped on top of them is a fantastic way to do that. So I hope now you can see more than ever, Gibraltar is actually a fantastic pick, a fantastic legend to use. He is useful in both the close range and the long range, and the dome shield providing some fast heal capabilities to not only you, but your entire team, can really help you out in these desperate fight situations. It's like the end of the round and you're about to go down. Pop that dome shield out, drop bombardments on the enemy to sow confusion, give yourself time to heal, and get yourself that champion screen. Oh, there's nothing better than that, boys. That's what we play this game for, to see this champion screen. And Gibraltar is now a fantastic legend to achieve that goal with. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please hit that subscription button down below because we're going to have our Halloween bit happening tomorrow with our brand new Shadowfall mode. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to run away from zombies. I can't wait to die and become a zombie myself. Oh, I'm so stoked. Oh, the caustic skin. I'm definitely buying that caustic skin. Anyhow, this is Mediocre, and I'm out.